Okay, let's get started with our lessons. The first lesson to help you create your desired abundant life is to be aware of your thoughts. I became certified as an infinite possibilities trainer in 2020. Mike Dooley wrote a book called Infinite Possibilities: The Art of Living Your Dreams, and created a program for many people to teach its principles. The main focus of the book is that thoughts become things. He says, this is the underlying principle that turns a wish into reality. It's what powers positive thinking and gives rise to the law of attraction. And it's why visualizations work. We can have between 60 to 70 thoughts a day. And if you are aware of even a fraction of those thoughts, you can create your desired reality. Hang on to the ones that feel positive and change those thoughts that don't reflect what you want in life. Then watch for the evidence that this works. If you're looking for more evidence, let me give it to you. The principles of quantum physics state that everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy vibrations similar to a radio frequency. When you turn the dial on your radio, you expect to get the station that you wanted. And similarly, your thoughts are the dial and your life is the station. This works for emotions too. When you have emotions with a high frequency, you attract more of that to you. For example, happiness is one of the highest frequency emotions. When you are feeling happy, there isn't much that can bring you down. You spread positive energy and it comes back to you. Alternatively, anger is one of the lowest frequency emotions. When you are angry, not much will go right in your life. You might blame everyone around you, but it is a direct result of what you are thinking. I wrote a post about the emotional scale, and I'll leave the link to that below if you're interested in more information on that. Also, when you focus on a particular thought over and over, you create new neural pathways in your brain to literally change your mind. This is how affirmations work. Reciting I am statements will change your mind and you will start having thoughts that you are what you are affirming. For example, one of the most common ones might be I am happy. And you might not really be that happy, but if you continue to say, I am happy, every morning you write it down, I am happy, your brain starts to believe that you are happy and it will bring happiness to you. Simply put, the law of attraction says that you will attract into your life whatever you focus on. So, whatever you give your energy and attention to, it will come back to you. But the most convincing evidence that this works, that thoughts become things, is your own experiences. If you think thoughts of material things, your thoughts will become those material things. And if you think thoughts of events or circumstances, your thoughts will rearrange the players and the props of your life, predisposing you to those events and circumstances. Let me give you a couple examples in my life. So, for instance, the Infinite Possibilities class that I took in March of 2020. I had been looking and wanting to take that course for about a year before I noticed that it was coming up again. It's only offered once a year. And it was the October 2019 probably when that they started advertising for it. And it was supposed to be in Costa Rica. And for me to fly from Minnesota to Costa Rica, it was a lot of money, and it was a little out of my budget at the time. So I wasn't gonna be able to go, but I knew I really wanted to, and my thoughts were always that, "How can I make that work?" And I kept thinking about how I could save money or how I could, make that work. But then what happened was COVID hit, and they had to change it to be online. And so the cost obviously went way down because I didn't have to travel anywhere, and I was able to take the course. So that's an example of the my thoughts rearranging the players and the props of my life and then allowing me to have that event in my life. Another example might be I was looking for some help with my blog, and I specifically said a little prayer and said, please send me someone who can teach me how to create freebies, put them on my site, help me with my website, some pretty specific things. And the next morning, I get an email from somebody I've did not know, but I must have bought something. Oh, I bought some photos from them, and her email said exactly what I had asked for the day before. I mean, almost word for word. Like, "Let me help you with your freebie and make your website beautiful." It was pretty amazing. It was like, "Well, okay, this has just been dropped in my lap, and I need to pursue that." And I did, and it was wonderful. A third example, it might be my book. I've always wanted to write a book, but it wasn't the book that I did write. It was more of a devotional I'd always wanted to write. But one day, I don't know where it came from, intuition. Well, I do know where it came from. It came from the universe. It said the 5 L's of living marvelously. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I wrote it down, and I wasn't thinking of a book then. I put it into an sort of an ebook format, and then I came across this self-publishing school. I bought that, and I mean, one thing just led after another, and now I physically have a book that I wrote. So I'm sure there's plenty of examples in your own life that you can think of where you were thinking about something that you wanted and it became a reality. So all of this stuff is not new. You are using this principle whether you know it or not. And that is why awareness is the key. So I encourage you to look at everything with a new perspective. If you are not feeling abundant in a certain area of your life, get curious to figure out why. We're going to come back to this idea again in a few of the other lessons. But before we move on to lesson number 2, I want you to take a few minutes to think about some of your recurring thoughts. Are they reflective of what you want in life? And if they are not, how can you turn them around?